everyone, it's been a while since my last video, but I thought today I would do just a really simple spring makeup tutorial like this. So let's get started. For this spring makeup tutorial, I'm just going to start off with my normal foundation and concealer routine. I'm using CoverGirl One Step Compact Foundation, and I'm applying this with a foundation brush. I like to use the brush because I feel like it blends more naturally than the little white sponge that comes in the compact case. For my concealer, I'm just taking the Bobbi brown corrector that I usually use in Peach, and I'm just using a brush to apply this under my eyes where I have some dark circles and onto a few, well actually more than a few blemishes that are on my face at the moment. So I'm just tapping it in till it blends away those blemishes and any unwanted marks. I like to apply a primer to my eyes before I put on any kind of eyeshadow, just because I feel like my eyelids are kind of oily and it tends to make the eyeshadow stay in place a bit better. The first color I'm using is Frey from the Decay Anarchay Face Case. Actually, pretty much all of the colors I'm using on my face come from this palette. It's really cool. But this one is a light pink color and it's called Frey, and I'm just going to brush that over my entire lid. And then I'm going to follow up with the color from the same palette called Provocateur. It's a bit of a shimmery purple, and you just want to pack that on. For the liner, I'm using dark kind of charcoal blue color from the same palette called Redemption, and I'm putting this on by using a wet liner brush. Whenever you wet your brush, it makes the color that much darker. So to apply it, you just want to take the brush and kind of wriggle it underneath the lashes on your top lid. So you're lining it, and then you're also kind of pushing the color into the roots of the lashes. For my next trick, I'm not a magician, but I am doing a new trick that I learned from Goss Makeup Artist again, and he says that if you take a liquid liner pen and just kind of brush your lashes with the pen, then it's kind of a different way of giving your lashes color. And since I don't really like to wear mascara on my bottom lashes anyway, I thought I would just kind of take the pen and I'm just painting each lash with the liner pen, and it is surprisingly working out really well. Now we're going to move on to a little bit of bronzing and highlighting and contouring. I have a super long, narrow face, so I don't really need a lot of contouring because my face is kind of contoured pretty naturally as it is, and I don't want to look like Skeletor, so I try to avoid using too much. But that being said, I still like to use just a little under my cheekbones and a little bit on the sides of my nose. But other than that, I tend to try not to use too much bronzer because I'll end up looking way too skinny. The highlighter I'm using is called Craze, and it's got a teeny amount of shimmer to it, and I'm just going to take some of that on my brush and apply it to the bridge of my nose, the tops of my cheekbones, and then just the area above my eyebrows, and then I'll blend it all later, so it looks a bit funky at the moment, but I'll blend it all out later. Then for the blush, I'm using a crazy bright pink color called Quickie. Kind of suggestive. Anyway, it's super bright. I'm just going to apply it to my cheeks and then a little bit on the corners of my forehead, which is actually a trick that I learned from can you guess? Goss, makeup artist, he's taught me a lot. But if you put blush where you would normally put blusher, sorry, if you put blush where you would normally put bronzer and then blend it all together, it gives you this really dewy, fresh look that's great for springtime, so it looks like you just come out of hibernation. So now I'm taking my brush and I'm just kind of blending all of that handiwork so it won't look so clownish once it's blended. But I really like the trick of using the blush in places where I would normally use bronzer, like around the top of my forehead. The mascara I'm using is one of my favorites at the moment. It's by Benefit and it's called their Real. And guess what? They are real. No false lashes here. And I'm only putting this on the top lashes since we used, or since I used the liquid pen liner on the bottom lashes. So I'm just applying this to the top. For the lips, I'm using one of my new favorite things. It's the Just Bitten Revlon Kissable Balm Stain. And this one's in the color Charm. It's a really, really pale peach/pink color. And I feel like when you put it on, the color kind of changes after you have it on for a minute or two, and it kind of warms up to your lips. But I'm really loving this color for spring. It's really light and dewy looking, and now I'm just going to straighten up my brows, and then that's pretty much it. Wave my hair around like I just don't care. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and this spring makeup look. Don't forget to like and subscribe.